Hello, and welcome back to Entrepreneur Money Stories. Are you a small business owner who would like to give gifts to your clients, employees, and contractors, but you're afraid of the IRS and tax rules? Don't let this holiday gift giving season get you into any tax trouble. In this video, I'll show you exactly how to stay compliant with the IRS while giving great gifts. My name is Danielle Hayden, and this holiday season, I'm here to help make sure your business can keep giving without getting on the wrong side of the IRS. I'll break down the rules of what kind of gifts are allowed, how much they can cost, and how much your business can deduct for all of these expenses. And don't worry, of course, I have a specific framework for you to apply to your decision-making process. All right, let's start from the beginning. What is a gift? The IRS has very specifically given us guidance on what is a gift. Now, only tangible items count as business gifts. It is only physical items. I want to read this definition from the IRS website. A gift is where the value of which is so small in relation to the frequency with which it is provided that accounting for it is unreasonable or administratively impractical. So the IRS is saying anything that you give to your employees, contractors, it needs to go through payroll. It needs to be included in compensation. The only time that you can give your employees something that's not through payroll is things that are low value, infrequent, things that your employees should not expect on any type of regular basis. They're supposed to be small tokens for special occasions. A t-shirt, coffee mug, flowers, a cupcake, turkey or ham, a nice bouquet, right? Like these are very small, tangible items. Cash and gift cards are taxed. I want to repeat that. Cash and gift cards are taxed. So we really want to steer clear of those if we want to keep our payroll simple as an employer. All right, let's go through the framework that you can apply every time that you're thinking about giving gifts. Now, we're airing this episode at the holiday season because this is a time where businesses want to give back to their employees and their contractors, clients. However, just understand that these rules are 365 days a year. No matter what, these are the rules by the IRS. And also, I want to say, don't shoot the messenger. The IRS needs to make some updates. I don't necessarily agree with these rules. However, I want to make sure that all of you have the ability to stay compliant and the information that you need to make decisions as a business owner. All right, so step one in the framework is to determine why you are giving a gift. Are you trying to motivate your employees to either work harder or to say thank you for work that has been done? Are you trying to encourage productivity or build morale and the culture of your organization, right? Do we want to build a team where employees know and understand that they are valued, right? We want people to feel valued. Or are we, as the manager, the business owner, are we individually feeling generous? So it's really important to understand, are you, the business owner, generous and feeling generous and you want to give back? Or is your company giving back and are they providing the value? Is your company creating the culture and the morale within the organization? So what is the reason we are giving the gift? Step two, who are you giving the gifts to? Are the gifts for employees, contractors, or clients? Step three, what is the perceived value of the gift, right? Do we want them to actually receive something, or do we want to have the gift being given through compensation? So how do we want the gift to actually be perceived by that individual? And then lastly, like step four is that then we can determine the value of the gift and the actual specific item, right? Are we going to give a tangible item or are we going to give a bonus? for the gift, right? So step 4 is to determine the actual value of the gift and those very specific action steps to give the gift. Now, I want to go through specifically the tax rules and how they build back into the framework. The IRS says for employees, we can give gifts up to $75. So gifts that are more than $75 are taxable. Now, keep in mind, all cash or gift cards that can be redeemable for cash are taxable to the employee, even when they're given as a gift. So no matter what, if you are giving cash or gift cards, they should be included as compensation for that team member. And we can give up to $75 in tangible objects, such as a holiday turkey, flowers, candy arrangements, cupcakes, a meal. We can give gifts, non-cash gifts to employees up to $75. Now, one other limit that the IRS gives us as business owners, that the tax-free value is limited to $1,600 for all awards to one employee in a year. So gifts awarded for lengths of service or achievements that might not be taxable, they can be considered part of the gift up to $1,600. So just a reminder, gifts that are awarded for length of service or achievements are not taxable, so long as they are not cash, gift cards, or points redeemable for merchandise. It is tax-free value is, however, limited to $1,600 for all awards to one employee in 1 year. So I want you to have that specific amount in your mind. So each individual gift can be up to $75, and the total for 1 year is $1,600. So that is the rules for gift giving to employees. So step 1, we have determined that we want to give back to our employees during this holiday season to help that employee feel valued and create culture in our company. Step 2, we know who we're giving the gift to. It is employees. So step 3, we need to understand what is the perceived value of the gift. Do we want to give them an actual tangible gift, or do we want to give them something through compensation? If we're going to go over $75, then it's really important that we're giving this in compensation. So if we want to give a $300 holiday gift to each of our employees, that would need to go through payroll. If we are giving a small, sweatshirt and mug that's branded with the company logo, then that we could give to each team member up to $75. There are ways to make gifts via payroll feel really special. So I know for some people, they say gifts within payroll don't feel as meaningful. There are ways to make bonuses through payroll feel deeper, right? We can have a very specific conversation with each team member or a company-wide meeting saying thank you for your hard work and your service this year. There's going to be an off-cycle payroll run. So it's outside of that typical payroll, that typical paycheck that they're receiving. So it can feel more special. And keep in mind, you know that your employees are going to be paying tax on this compensation. And so you can back into the dollar amount. So if you know that you want each team member to take home $200 net, you can work with your team so that you're paying the taxes on that amount so that they're taking home the $200. And you as the employer are paying the taxes on that piece, right? So you're just grossing it up a little bit so that you can determine the amount that you want them to actually take home. So there is some flexibility there in payroll.
Have you heard yourself saying, I'm scared to invest money in my business because what if it doesn't come back? I don't know how much to pay myself, so I won't take a paycheck yet. I'm reinvesting in the business anyway. Or how about, I'm not going to spend any more money until I know exactly where my money is going. Well, let me tell you, you are not alone. In fact, we have heard all of these stories and more throughout the last 9 years at Kickstarter Accounting Inc. And that is why we have created the Money Mindset Mastery Framework to finally unlock and overcome these stories, to finally feel confident in your financial decisions and pay yourself what you deserve. The first step to create a profitable and successful business is to first understand your money mindset. Find out your money mindset personality type by going to kickstartaccountinginc.com/quiz. I can't wait to hear what your money mindset type is.
All right, so if we are giving gifts to our contractors, anything that is given through cash needs to be reported on the 1099. You don't need to report if you send them a birthday cake, company mug, obviously, but if you are sending them cash or gift cards, it is reported on the 1099. So just like an employee, our 1099 contractors will also need to be reported. All right, let's talk about gifts to clients. The IRS, not generous at all, but is even less generous when it comes to giving companies a break on these gifts and the limits. So businesses can only deduct $25 in gifts per person per year. My goodness. So the $25 limit applies whether the gift is given directly to an individual customer or indirectly to the company, but it is intended for individuals. So the IRS says that we can only give gifts to clients for up to $25 per person. Now, the one place that the IRS does give us a break is that it does not include shipping and handling. If we want to have something engraved and then shipped, the $25 is just the specific item. And then on top of that, we can pay for shipping and handling and the engraving, let's say. And that is not included in the specific item, right? So luckily, IRS is giving us a little bit of leeway on shipping and handling because here in 2023, it is an arm and a leg to ship just about anything. So if we had to include the $25 with shipping, I don't think we would be giving anything. All right, I want to touch on tips for a moment. If an employee receives more than $20 of tips in any month, then the employee needs to report the receipt of the tips to the employer so that the employer can withhold the proper amount and report the tips as wages for the employee. This is really important for any of our team members who are going to be receiving tips or gifts directly from clients. The employee will then report those tips over $20 to the employer so that it can be included in compensation. Now, here's what I'll say about this. I know this feels really harsh. I actually remember I was a hairdresser. So for anybody who doesn't know, my past life, I was a hairstylist. So I did hair right out of high school. And I remember this change coming from the IRS where we then had to report all of our tips. And I was so angry. Why do I have to pay taxes on this cash that I'm receiving as a gift from my clients? However, when we go and apply for a loan, when I went to go purchase my vehicle, when I applied for my house loan, I was so thankful that I had been reporting tips on my payroll. So I was able to actually be approved for that loan. I know as business owners, we want to protect our team members and say, no, I don't want you to have to pay taxes on that. There is a benefit to paying the taxes, right? So just something to keep in mind as we're looking at the tips directly from our clients to our team members. Now, as employers, the good news is that all of these gifts and awards, regardless of whether or not they are taxable to the employee, are deductible as expenses for employers. You do need to track your business gifts, though. So, as with just about everything else in business, we have to have accurate records. This is why we practice solid bookkeeping, and there is no difference here. If you want to write off your gifts, you need to be able to show the IRS what you bought. So when you're tracking your business gifts this year, I want you to jot down the following: how much you spent on the gift, a description of the gift, when you purchased the gift, who you are giving the gift to, and your relationship to that person, and the reason that you're giving the gift. We need to have good record keeping for our businesses. and this includes gifts. So let's recap these limits for gifts. If we are giving a gift to an employee, we can give them a tangible item, a specific product, up to $75. If we are giving a client a gift, our limit is $25. Either way, it does not include shipping and handling. So we can send gifts within these limits plus shipping and handling. All cash and gift cards are taxable, right? All cash and gift cards are taxable for the employee. If you, the business owner, would like to gift, right, you are feeling generous. Back to our motivation, step one. If you, the business owner, are feeling generous and you want to give that employee a gift that is not taxed on their behalf, or that they're not going to have to pay taxes on, that's great. And I am so excited for you. But that generosity is going to have to come from you, not your business. So you can take those funds as an owner's draw and then gift those to your employee. Those are coming from you and not your business. Just to talk logistics of that for a moment, as an LLC, remember we did a whole series on how to pay yourself as an LLC and the logistics behind that. You can take as much owner's draws as you want. So feel free to take an owner's draw at the holiday season, and then you personally can gift your employees and contractors. You are not going to pay the payroll tax on those dollars. You will, however, pay taxes on the net income of your business. So these gifts, this compensation that you're taking, will not lower your net income, and therefore you will be paying the taxes on your net income of your business. So you'll take those as an owner's draw, create the transfer to your personal checking account, and then your generosity can be given from you personally. Now, if you are an S Corp, this is really important, so please listen up. We are seeing so many of our clients, so many people who we've talked to who have not paid themselves a reasonable compensation. If you have not paid yourself a reasonable compensation yet this year, do not take an owner's draw to gift your employees or contractors personally. You have to pay yourself as an S Corp a reasonable compensation. Once you've paid yourself that amount, you can take as much owner's draws as you want and you can be as generous as you'd like. But do not take out an owner's draw until you've paid yourself a reasonable compensation. If you need help determining your reasonable compensation amount, shoot me a DM on Instagram at Kickstart Accounting. Just DM me reasonable comp, and I will get you over the reasonable compensation calculation so that you know exactly how much needs to be paid through payroll and how much exactly needs to be paid through draws. Again, this is a lot. I know this is a lot. So if you need help, go to kickstartaccountinginc.com and book a call. We would love to help you. We are on a mission to help business owners understand their numbers so they can better manage their business. And we are here for you as well. If you are a Kickstart Accounting client and you need help, don't forget to contact your money team. We are here to have regular calls with you and answer your questions. All right, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. We have so much content and amazing guests for you. I don't want you to miss a thing.